Oh, what a lovely day we had there on Peter Plains. We saw a leopard Cindy lie in a green-winged pie-tilly-ah. Green-winged pie-tilly-ah. Green-winged pie-tilly-ah. Cindy came running fast us, then we went to Cheetah Plains where there were some zebras. Zebras sitting by the pan, there were some zebras. Zebras sitting by the pan with some big, big elephants drinking on the water. Drinking on the water were the elephants at the pan. Drinking on the water with the buffaloes at the pan. Everyone was drinking at the pan. It was nice. Very, very nice. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is our Friday wrap of the drive.
It is indeed.
Hello, Susan and Tracy and Stephen and Barbara and Josephine and Dee.
Hello.
Hello. This is Bryan.
Hello.
I am James. Yes.
Marvelous.
And there's Chelsea.
Photo bombs in the background.
Hello, Chelsea.
Hey, Chelsea.
Chelsea's from Vermont. Up in Vermont. Very nice. Okay, so this is our Friday wrap. Not rap. We've done the rap.
Yes,
It's the
yes.
rap. Yes. Good week?
Very good week.
Very pleasant.
How was
week.
yours?
Yes, very pleasant. Of course, it started on a great high with the magnificent TV shows.
It was quite intense. It was quite stressful. But
So intense.
always a good time.
Always
the
a good
best
time. It was the best time, actually. It's so exciting. Hello, James Richard. Hello, Linda. Hello, Josephine. Oh, hello, Standard Bank has just sent me a message saying I've got millions of rands. Excellent. That's
marvelous.
I'm richer than Methuselah. I don't know if he was rich or not.
Sounds rich.
He sounds rich. Right. Brian, when will you post that vid of James and the Nyala?
I will have to edit it a little bit more to make it that much more exciting.
Right.
But it is quite macabre.
I think it's
yet.
very funny.
Yeah, it is.
It is macabrely funny. Macabrely funny,
Macabrely.
Yes. Now, we're hoping that Byron will make an appearance shortly and that we might interview him about his first few days here at Safari Live. We've all been very nice to him. Thank you very much. Thank you for being nice to him. He's a very sensitive fellow, even though he is from the south of Johannesburg, which, of course, is Gangsterland.
Very much
if
so.
you happen to be from Gangsterland. Now, Tricia Payton, you're from Bonnie, Scotland, and thank you for sending us your message. Now, word on the street is that with the UK possibly leaving the European Union, the whole problem of Scottish independence comes up again, and you may be having another referendum up there about becoming independent and perhaps joining the Union. This, of course, I think is a good idea because it means I may get a Scottish passport, which is better than the South African version. It's very expensive to fly on the South African. Byron, come here!
Yes, I'm my way.
The man of the hour.
Here is the man of the hour, Byron. Oh, look
Good
at
evening,
him.
everyone.
What
Hello.
a magnificent human being. There he is. Good grief. That is the pinnacle of humanity, right there. Hello, Byron.
Hi, James. How are you? Good
yes,
evening,
I'm
everybody.
fine, thank you. Please sit down, Byron.
Grab a seat.
Sit down. Let me sit
Yeah,
down.
pull in here, man. Pull in here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Very kind
Where are you
of you.
going, Brian?
I'm
Brian,
going in another seat.
Brian,
There we go.
yeah, Brian.
Brian's being very polite.
I'm,
Brian is polite. Stop hitting the camera,
Sorry.
Brian.
Here we go.
Yes, now.
Yes.
You are on Facebook Live. You know what that means?
Wildebeest.
I'm assuming it means I'm live.
You're live
We
on
are live,
Facebook.
yes.
On Facebook, yes.
Thank you to Mr. Zuckerberg.
Thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg.
There we go. Thank you, Mr. Zuckerberg, for all your
For-
efforts.
Thank you,
for-
Mr. Zuckerberg.
and for-
Yes, but you did it for free, of course.
Yes.
You haven't made any money out of this little
Nothing.
malarkey at all. Really enjoy Byron, Sarah. There you go. You've got a fan, Byron. Look,
Oh,
one.
thank
Sarah.
you. Hi, Sarah. Thank you very much.
She was clearly blind and deaf.
So, James and I are very good friends, as you can tell.
You can tell we are excellent
And
friends here.
The banter between us is very good, and
Yes.
it keeps us humble.
Yes, it does.
Mostly.
Now, I must just
Mostly.
tell you a story which I've told around the camp. Now, Byron, of course, like I say, is from the south of Johannesburg, where
Which is beautiful.
English is a second language. What language do you speak there normally?
English.
English.
English,
Well, it's a version. It's a version.
Certain people in
So-
the area have a slight twang. Let's
Yes,
put it that way. to
twang.
them.
Yes. Now, one of the twangs, the things that they say, or they shorten words, much as they do in some parts of the United States. For example, were you to say "I am going to," you might say "amana."
I'm gonna go.
I'm gonna
go.
I'm gonna go to the shops.
I'm gonna go to the shops. which means I am going to go to the shops. Now, when Byron was training, we were listening to a bird going tick-a-tick, 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 tick-a-tick,
Steeling's barred wren warbler.
Very good.
Yes.
Very nice. Steeling's wren
I've
warbler.
learnt a lot.
Now, no one could see it, but then Byron spotted it.
Because I'm very alert in the bush.
And you have excellent eyes. And what did you say, Byron, when you saw it?
There's he there.
Right, just say that again.
There's he there. I was very excited
Right.
at this stage.
So he said-
I try to get it out quickly.
He said, there's he there, which in the language of the south of Johannesburg means, there he is over there.
James has never let me forget that or live that down.
Well, that's because you had to guide people, you had to tell. You can't go to a tourist, a high-paying international traveller from France.
I have
and
learnt
when
my
you
lesson.
hear a Steeling's barred wren warbler say, there's he there,
I have learnt my lesson, and James, well, because of James, I've worked on my vocabulary, and I believe it's become a lot better.
well,
Have you all understood me? As long as you all understand me, I'm happy.
yes. Byron also has a startlingly good general knowledge, and it pains me to say that he's beat me on more than one occasion in Trivial Pursuit.
It's a secret. It's a secret talent of mine.
Well, I have to tell you, I've lost a couple of games, many games in my time, but losing to Byron, there's he there, Sorrel, at Trivial Pursuit, I have to tell you, was one of the most painful experiences of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, look at him.
Uh,
There he is there.
Did you have a nice afternoon, James?
I did, yes.
It was
What did you
amazing.
think? We had an amazing
Brian,
afternoon.
nice.
It was fantastic.
We had a lovely evening. The afternoon, it was a nice day. It was a wonderful day. Fantastic.
What did you see this afternoon?
So this afternoon we got to see a lovely herd of elephant and a business of dwarf mongoose.
A business of dwarf mongoose.
Yes.
Who told you that?
I did.
You did.
I told
I
myself
see.
that. But
Oh,
that
I
is
see.
a
I see.
Yeah.
group of mongoose, I believe, is
Right.
called a business.
A business. Okay, good. James Richard would like to know, Byron, would you settle the debate, which is cuter, a lion or a leopard cub?
A leopard cub. Yeah, it's a leopard cub. Leopard cub. Oh, are we?
Byron is, of course, wrong. Brian, what do you think?
I would say a lion.
I would
Lion
say
cub.
lion too, I'm afraid.
So then it's not a debate.
is.
It's a majority rule, and you've already made your decision.
That is correct.
Oh, right.
Yes, we just
You
thought
see,
we'd...
I get bullied. I get bullied here.
Byron, look at the size of me compared with you. How can you say you get bullied?
Verbally bullied.
Yes. And
I'm very sensitive.
You're from the south of Johannesburg, and ridiculous. Hang on a second. Now, many questions coming through here. Wonderful, we enjoy it. Thank you so much. Caroline,
thank you very much.
kind compliments to Byron.
Thank you so much.
Always unnecessary. Don't pay too many compliments.
I'm going to start blushing.
Yes.
Luckily, I got a bit of a tan out there this afternoon.
Yes.
So
You are looking quite,
little tan.
quite well tanned there.
Yes,
Very nice.
That comes from hours of being in the bush.
It also comes from your Portuguese heritage, of course.
Probably that too.
Yes.
By the way, are we having chicken for dinner?
We're not having chicken for dinner. Negative. I'm not sure what we're going to have for dinner. One of you said that you loved seeing how Sandile found us. Yes, Sherry. Sandile absolutely found us today. We didn't find him at all.
Everybody, I need to quickly give you an update. On our way back, we heard all those lions calling and that lioness answering the calls. As we got back to Buffelshoek Dam, there was a large male lion that had came and lay in that exact same spot where the lioness was. And I think when he called, she must have decided she didn't want to hang around, and she moved off away from there. And then on our way close to the camp, or back and close to the camp, we went along the Gowrie Road, and we bumped into two lionesses, who I assume are from the Nuba.
Here we go.
Nkuhuma Pride.
Nkuhuma Pride.
Well done, yes.
Nkuhuma
probably.
Pride.
Yes.
And they were lying out in the open. So we had 3 different lion sightings this evening.
That's brilliant.
So we will definitely try head there in the morning and see if we have any luck.
Patty, you want to know how far away it was from here that Sandile was released? Patty, he was released on the Sand River, like you say, and the Sand River is probably about 7 kilometres from where we are now, so it's not far at all. And he's made an enormous circle. I don't know if you've followed Jerry Camacho's posts on Facebook, but he's done a huge circle around. Oh, I'm getting all sorts of messages from people there. He's done a huge circle around there. Ooh.
Who are those messages from?
I can't tell you.
Sure.
It's always a private matter. And he seems to be making a smaller and smaller circle into the area that was his sort of home range with his mum, which I think is quite interesting. Hello from New Brunswick, Canada. Tim Sadler, what do you guys think of zoos? We have one closed this fall in Ontario. Maybe you heard about the media report. No, I haven't. Byron, your take on zoos?
You know what? I think zoos... I've been to some zoos down in Australia, which I found were very well managed, and they try to keep the habitat as natural as possible for the animals. And I think it does play quite an educational role for children who are not able to go to the areas, the game reserves, and see the wildlife. And I do think it does play a slight role, but again, it depends on the management of the zoos. And it is sometimes sad to see animals in small, confined spaces. But if it's well managed and they're able to live a happy life in an area that is not too confined and as much or as close to the natural habitat as possible, I think it's not a bad thing.
What do you think, Brian?
I do agree with Byron. I'm not a big fan of zoos, but as Byron said, if it's educational and there is some comfort, then I guess it's all right to a degree.
For me,
my face crunches.
What do you think, James?
I think that they play a very important research role. I think when they're used for research, I think, especially in South Africa, we've got 53 million people in the country. I would say less than 10% of them can afford to come to a game reserve or will ever come to a game reserve. And zoos, therefore, I think play a really important role in introducing people to the wild. And, yeah, I'm sure it is uncomfortable for some of the animals. I think zoos are much better than they were sort of 30 years ago. And, the research programs that a lot of them sponsor, I think, are massively, massively important.
Yes.
So that's my take on that one, Tim. You're welcome to tell me I'm talking rubbish. I may well be. What are our backgrounds? Melissa, Cobb Langlois. I met a girl called Langlois once, twins actually.
Oh,
very nice.
Well, that's an interesting story.
Yes, not perhaps for this forum. Melissa, we all have different backgrounds, and that's the great thing about getting into this. Byron never went to school at all, as you can tell.
See, again, you see the abuse I get. So let's start with Bryan. James, give Bryan a chance to speak.
My background, I'm actually a trained 3D animator.
He's a trained 3D animator and now a bush cameraman.
Yes.
And I don't know if you saw our little fireside chat after the TV show that we did the other day, but Bryan described how it is to become a wildlife cameraman. That's Louise going off outside. What are you going to do, Louise?
I'm going to check the vehicles.
Check the vehicles.
Check the vehicles.
Okay. As one should every day.
Good
Yes.
luck out there, Louise.
Well done,
there were
Louise.
lions
Take a
about.
torch.
Be
Thank you,
careful.
Louise.
So that's what Bryan did, and you can do anything to get into wildlife filmmaking. I mean, you can learn on the job, you can do it formally, you can do whatever you like. Byron, you?
So I went to a very prestigious school in Johannesburg known as King Edward VII School, and right next door to James's school, which we used to beat on a regular basis in rugby.
And nothing else.
And then
Especially
after
not
school,
English.
I actually went and got my guiding qualification quite early on, just out of interest sake. After that, I went and studied. For my sins, I tried to study a BCom degree.
No.
That's a Bachelor of Commerce, everybody.
A Bachelor
Basic
of Commerce.
business degree.
Did you
Business
enjoy it?
degree. I did not enjoy it, no. But it did help a little bit with certain things that I'm doing now. And then I went on to start at Londolozi Game Reserve, where I met my good friend James over here. And
Yes.
and I guided there for about 5 years. And now for 2 years, I've been running my own business. And
Kevin, just one second. Kevin Darby, I'm going to block you. You say, come on, Kez. No more of that.
Yeah, no
And-
more of that. St. David's.
Yes.
so I've been running my own business for 2 years now and doing private guiding throughout Southern Africa and taking people all over, which has been fantastic. And now the privilege of guiding on Safari Live.
Yes, indeed. It is a privilege for you to work with us. Now, as it is us with you. I, being
Yes.
less imaginative than Byron, got a formal qualification because those of us without imagination must go to do a formal qualification because we're unable to do it without that sort of thing. Anyway, that was a message from Emily Wallington. I don't know what she said. I hope that she wasn't shouting at us.
If I'm in trouble, I'm sorry.
It's all James, none of us.
Friday fun time. Anyway, so basically anyone can get into this. You can do it any way you like. It's really, some people have got degrees. I've worked with guys who were in the army. I've worked with people who did cash and transit stuff. I'm not sure if you have that anywhere else in the world, but here where stealing money is quite a sort of national pastime, you have to have security guards who take your money around if you're moving money from place to place, and I've worked with a guy who did that. I worked with IT geeks. I worked with salesmen. and
now a
various
3D
others.
animator.
And now a 3D
And a 3D
animator.
animator.
There we go.
So
Salesman
really,
for 6 months.
there's no one path into this at all.
Yeah.
Byron, do you find it Bryan, do you find it challenging to stay focused with camera when you come across a very exciting animal encounter? How do you keep it all together as well as you do? That's from Jane. Thank you, Jane McWilliams.
Question.
Bryan?
I don't know. It's actually a tough one. I often say that I have no emotions out there at all. You feel nothing. It's really strange. Like you just on a deadpan and you just watch what's happening. I find that it doesn't scare me at all. It's really exciting to watch, but it's natural. It's what it is, and I'm just here to view it. So whatever's going on out there, I'm just watching. I'm just having a good time viewing it.
I must say I find it astounding the way the cameramen hold it together. Eileen, you want to know if we can keep Byron? No, he eats too much, so I think he'll just be here for a week.
Thank
or
you,
so.
Eileen.
Yeah.
I'd love to stay, but I'm sure I will be back in the future after this week. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We'll see how it goes.
We need
We'll see how it
James to
goes.
vote for me. Give me
No, we don't.
Yeah.
I have no say. All right, everybody, we're going to wrap it up for Friday. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on Saturday. That's tomorrow
Thanks,
at
everyone.
Good night,
06:30.
everybody. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.